Hi Stampers! Welcome to Great Inspirations. My name is Kim Tolbert and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Thank you so much for joining me today. I thought we would take a look at a suite of products that is offered in the Stampin' Up! January through June 2022 mini catalog. And this suite is called Abstract Beauty. The suite contains a bundle. It has a stamp set called Hello Beauty. It also has dies, and those dies are the beautiful shapes dies. There are some adhesive backed hexagons for embellishment. There's also the ephemera pack and some Abstract Beauty cards and envelopes and the designer series paper. So today I thought we would take a look at the designer series paper, but also the set of dies right here, the beautiful shapes dies, and here they are. There are 14 of them, and as you can see, they're hexagons, circles, more hexagons, triangles, diamonds, and then there are 3 dies that are really interesting in that although this appears to be a circle and around a rectangle, and then this just kind of an abstract or oblong rectangle or oval, these dies also emboss a design around the outside of the die cut piece. Here are the how the die is cut out, and this is what I was telling you about right here. I hope you can see that just a little bit of an embossed image around the outside of the die cut, or around the close to the outside of the die cut. As you can see, this die cuts out these 2 pieces right here, and then this die cuts out these 2 at a time, and this die will cut out 2 pieces, and this little die will cut out the 2 triangles. And then we have 4 hexagon shaped dies, and then 3 circle dies, and then these 3 that we've already talked about. Now these dies can go together in several different ways to form different shapes and patterns. And honestly, when I saw the hexagons, the very first thing I thought of was quilt patterns, because I really do like quilts. But then the second thing I thought of was, oh my goodness, bathroom tile. I don't know how many, or even kitchen tile. I don't know how many of you have seen tiling in bathroom where it's similar to this, the black and the white. And that was my thought. But then my next thought was, oh wow, I bet you can make a soccer ball. And I kind of wish I would have die cut this in a little different place, but still it's okay. You can tell it's a soccer ball. So I thought that was pretty cool. But some other things you can do with the die, of course, you can use this one and this one, the 2 hexagons here, put them together, kind of line them up just like this, run it, well, of course, with the cut side down, run it through your die cut machine, and you can make a frame. And we've made frames before with other types of dies. Now these little dies that make the cute little diamonds, you can arrange them in a 6-point star pattern, which again reminded me of quilts, or you can arrange them in a cube, which remind me of a pattern that I learned the name of tumbling blocks. And that's what I made this card. Just using this die. And yes, I had to die cut a lot of pieces, but I've used Pool Party, Coastal Cabana, and Bermuda Bay. And when you put these together, what I did, I took a piece of scrap cardstock. In this case, it was basic white, and just a strip, and I started putting my design together on it. And as you can see, this is the Pool Party. The Pool Party, when you're making this design, the tumbling blocks, they will always go in the exact same place in the exact same direction. It's the same for the Coastal Cabana and the Bermuda Bay. And if you look close enough, you will see basically here is this pattern. So as long as you have the matching colors right across from each other, you will get this little tumbling block pattern just right. Well, after I had put all of my die cuts, adhered them to my piece of scrap cardstock, I just took scissors and I fussy cut around them. And then I ran these pieces through an embossing folder. In this case, it was I believe it's called Tasteful Textiles. And that is how I got that tumbling block pattern on my card. And if you look in the catalog, they have a sample right here where they have done the same thing. Okay, let's look at another card I made because, like I said, when I saw these, I thought, ooh, quilts. And I thought of a quilt pattern called Grandmother's Flower Garden. And then there are also other names. But it's basically the soccer ball. You basically take a center and have 6 of the hexagons around it. And that's exactly what I've done. I just used some scrap paper, which these dies are excellent for scrap paper. And I just cut out, the centers are the same. You can make them any color you want. And then I just put some coordinating colored cardstock around it. And again, I put this on scrap cardstock and then cut around it. And I also embossed it. And then this is up on dimensionals. So those are the dies that are included in the bundle, which is also in the suite. Now, I did not buy the stamp set, although it's a fine stamp set. I just, only these 2 images really coordinated with the dies. And it coordinated with this die and this one. Right here, this one and this one. And I didn't really need any of these greetings or anything like that. But now you never know. I may get it next week. You never know. But there are some interesting little pieces to add some texture or just a little bit of pizzazz to your little images that you die cut. Now, also in this suite, which I have shown you before, but I will show you again, is the Designer Series paper, and it's a specialty paper. It's right here, and it's called Abstract Beauty. And although I did not use it on the cards that I made for today, I really like it, and I have used it in other cards. It has a nice color palette. It has Magenta Madness, Blushing Bride, Pumpkin Pie, Crushed Curry, Just Jade, and Night of Navy. And there are quite a few designs. I believe there are 24 designs because it has, of course, they're double-sided, so there would be 12 different sheets of paper, but 24 designs. But there is a total of 48 sheets, so 4 each of 12 double-sided designs for this paper. And it's a little different because it's 4 by 6 as opposed to 12 by 12 or 6 by 6. So it's a nice little size to work with if you just want to do layering or bits and pieces on a card front. So let's take a look at that paper. And each sheet of the Designer Series paper has some gold foil. And then on the back, there's just another more neutral design. And here's some floral images. Very pretty with little flecks of gold. More pink. There's more floral images on the Night of Navy, and here is the gold. A plaid pattern that I really do like, the blues and the greens together. Here's this one with just a few dots of gold. And just a neutral with some just jade. Some gold and white stripes. White with black polka dots. And here's several colors, some grays, black, pink, and the gold. And then the black and gray and white diagonal stripes. White with gold polka dots. And then white with, I believe, now I can't even remember the colors, but I think this is Blushing Bride. And then we have a black and white with some gold. And then just some spatters of black and gray on white. And some Night of Navy with some spatters of gold. Some nice bold stripes. More color splotches with some gold. And then a nice blue with a grid like paper. Just splotches of color, of course, with the gold. And this, very pretty. It's crushed curry. And here's just a lot of little dots and triangles of color with little flecks of gold. And then a nice, just neutral pattern. So that's the Designer Series paper. And again, these items, the dies and the Designer Series paper, are from the Abstract Beauty Suite. And the dies can be bundled with the stamp set for a savings of 10%, or you can buy them, as I did, separately. Let's just move all these things out of the way for just a moment. We'll take one more look at the cards. A little happy birthday card, like I say, with the tumbling blocks. And then the happy birthday with the octagons that you can, hexagons that you can make your quilt design, or even like a honeybee design, like the honeycomb design. And this set of dies is just a really great way for you to open up your creativity. Now, I will say, if you do not enjoy die cutting, if you do not enjoy working with a bunch of little pieces, some of these dies might not be for you. But you can always use them as accent pieces. And like I said, these would be great for sentiments, as with the circles, and are these, and even this. And like we talked about, you can make a frame, You could just make one little shape and cut around it and let that be kind of your focal image. Or, like I did, you could make a soccer ball. It's all up to you. That's what I do like about these dies. They allow you to be as creative as you care to be. Now, on my blog, there will be a corresponding blog post that tells you all about the supplies I used to create these two cards. And there will also be pictures of the dies and the shapes that they cut out and a lot more information. And the link to that blog will be included in the description of this video. I want to thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, stamp happy.